Good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon. Oh, sorry, I've got it on in the background.
We're just about on time for once. That's good. I had to skip makeup though to get here on time, so yeah.
Oh well, I think you still look ravishing, Kev. So don't worry.
Thank you. Yeah, lovely.
Welcome to RickyVillaTV, Shelfside Spurs and Spurswasian TV. Please give us a like and a subscribe to all of the channels. And come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you
so,
Spurs.
Kev, how are you? You weren't feeling too good last week.
No, I'm coming out of that. I'm still on painkillers, so I might make the occasional swear word or something that slips, you know. But I'm old anyway, so that's allowable. Yeah, so, yeah, I can get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, bollocks. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So let's start off with on this day in Spurs history.
Okay.
21st of September 1994. As I was telling Kev in the back room, it was a game I was actually at. I grew up near Watford, and my best mate is a Watford fan.
Yeah.
So we got tickets in the Watford end, and I remember walking in, and within 30 seconds, Watford had gone 1-0 up, and it was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Craig Ramage, who was, I will always remember my mate Steve raving about that guy, and he was a decent player, and I'm surprised that I don't think he actually played in the in the first division or the Premiership as it's now called. But he scored a rather nice goal, but then we equalised in the 4th minute.
That's pretty quick. Yeah.
So it was rather quick. Darren Anton. I have to say I haven't rewatched the highlights for this one.
Because I can't remember it, to be honest with you. League Cup was a midweek game, yeah.
Yeah. And that was it. Yeah, I used to love Vicarage Road midweek games. I'm sure I told you this story before, but that's because I do tend to repeat myself. I went round to my best mates, or one of my mates' houses when I was, I think, about 9 or 10 years old. Midweek, I think it was a school holiday or something, and so we were playing on the Spectrum 48K, and his dad came in the door and was like, "Boys," we were like, "Yeah." He said, "Get your coats on. We're going to football." It's like, okay.
Yeah.
And it was Watford versus Walsall in the League Cup. It might have been the Milk Cup or whatever it was called back in those days. As we got into the stadium, Walsall went 1-0 up.
Yeah.
And again, it ended up 4-4.
Oh.
I can't remember who was playing. I think it was probably the days of it wasn't Tommy Mooney. Maybe Nigel Callaghan was still there, and who was the guy who was Lee Sinnott was playing? John McClelland, who I think ended up being one of our coaches.
Yeah,
was playing, and that was brilliant. And as we came back, we got fish and chips, and went back home and watched it on the telly again.
Yeah, all right.
He said,
they had some really tall fella playing for him up front, didn't they? I can't remember his name.
Was that sorry?
They had a real tall fella playing for him up front. I can't remember his name at one time.
Jason Lee.
Who?
Jason Lee?
No, white man. He's a white fella. I can't remember. Might be in a decade earlier. I'm getting confused. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But that was always fun going down Watford. But today this day wasn't particularly fun for the Watford fans.
Yeah.
So we had Walker in goal, Edinburgh left back, God rest his soul, Nethercott and Mabbott in the middle, Kerslake on the right. What's that? Judas, in the middle. Midfield with Dumitrescu, Anderton on the right, Hazard on the left. As Kev was saying, I can't believe that he was still playing in 1994. Sheringham and Klinsmann up top. Klinsmann got a hat-trick, Sheringham got 1, Dumitrescu got 1, Anderton got 1, and Gary Mabbott scored an own goal.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Gary Porter, that was one of the guys I was talking about. He missed the penalty. Ian Walker saved it.
Yeah.
Substitutes were David Howes and Danny Hill. Danny Hill, I wonder what happened to him. I think he went to Barnet after he left Spurs. But yeah, he was another one of those players that you thought, oh yeah, this guy's going to do all right, and never really turned up. So
yeah, it was a grim team at that time, wasn't it? Really, you know, we had Klinsmann and Sheringham and everything else and Anderson, but the total sum of the players, it was they did nothing really. You know what I mean? They won the cup in 91, and then it was just highs and lows all the way till we won the whatever cup it was in English, Worthington Cup.
99.
99. You know, so it was a wasted decade, I think.
It really was a lot, because I think we had a chance to kick on, and I don't think it was the board that messed us up. Alan Sugar, he bought Klinsmann, etc., but it might have been an idea if he thought, oh yeah, I'll buy Klinsmann, but it might be a good idea to replace Mabbott, because Mabbott was coming towards the end of his career. And what do we get? Nethercott. Who did he sign? Kevin Scott as well. It really was not very good. Right, well, Eugene's in.
Is he?
So we shall bring him.
Knock in.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Eugene.
Can you guys hear me clearly?
We certainly can. I can hear you a lot clearer than I could in the watch on yesterday.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of noise behind it. So
I think the restaurant needs to get better Wi-Fi.
The restaurant, it's just the noise surrounding it. So I guess, I know, we'll find a way to figure that out. But big up you guys. Hope you're all doing well. Kev, hope you're doing well too. Right? Yeah. Now, I just had this thing to say about yesterday's game, right? I don't know why there's so many people saying it was the best performance that we've had, which I really don't see that. Oh, there are people out there saying it, right? And I was going, what? Right? Is this some sort of, trying to cover the cracks of what Frank is doing, right? We were doing the watch along, right? Yes, I was shouting on the screen, and I've been saying, right, we were a team of two halves. First half we sucked, right, and we let Brighton, take advantage of our mistakes, and the thing is that, right, and of course the lineup was a bit, how would you say? It looked a bit confusing to me, right? Because we put in Odegaard there, and we didn't bring on Xavi. I don't know. Maybe he was doing. It could be he's testing or fine tuning what he needs to do, because we all can see that if Xavi is playing as a 10, we look much more dangerous. We look much more creative.
Sorry.
Right, and with Odegaard, and to tell the truth, the two goals we conceded was our mistakes. Right, Odegaard lost the ball in the first goal. Right, and the ball just went over the top, and it reminded me of Ange ball again, bro. So and the other part was how was it? The second goal, Val gave us the ball away, and Ayari steps in and he blasts it at what's his name, Vicario, and I don't know, what was Vicario's footing, misfooting? Was he standing in the wrong position, or I don't know, was he not focused enough? He got his hand to it, but not enough, right? And we were talking about Vicario being one of the best shot stoppers, and he couldn't even stop that shot. So I don't know what's happening there, and we lost focus in that first half. We weren't even in the game, right? So I don't know, is it because of the changes? The changes might play a part, because you change too many players and all that, right? The players are not gelled together at the moment. They need to have more playing time with each other, even though it's a mix and match thing, right? So I was like a bit blur about what was happening. We conceded 2 goals in the first 30 minutes. Right?
Yeah.
So,
but
the thing that does my head in is the Vicario. After that goal went in, he's up and he's shouting at other people, and it's like, mate, have a little bit of self-awareness. You should have stopped that. That went through your hand.
He was flat-footed and too far to the right-hand side.
Exactly. Yep. And that's one thing I don't like about him. He loves to bully the younger lads, or not, maybe not bully is maybe a bit of a strong word, but if someone makes a mistake, Mickey van der Ven makes a mistake, Bergvall makes a mistake, he's straight on him. Romero makes a mistake, he says nothing. Bentancur makes a mistake, he says nothing.
Yeah.
I think he needs to rein that in a little bit. I've heard that this seriously.
Yeah. And to tell the truth, right? And once we got control of the game and we scored those 2 goals, right? I expected us to win. Yeah. Right? I don't want to have this mentality of, we've got 2 goals, we've drawn the game, and we will lift the pedal off the gas. Right? I want that winning mentality. Yes, I know maybe it'll take time to build it, but I didn't see that yesterday. That's the thing. I wanted to see that kind of fire, right? But once we got those 2 goals, right, it was like, we just lost, momentum. It's okay. We got those 2 goals. We've drawn the game. Let it be, right? And now we're happy with the score. No, right? I want you to be like Liverpool. Yeah. You're down 2-2. You're going all out to get that winning goal. No ifs, no but. It must be the win, right? So, okay, maybe it's a learning curve for Frank because he's getting the Champions League. He's that kind of level of games and coming back to the Premier League, right? So he needs to know what to do, right? And I did predict, right, Udogie taking over from Spence, which to tell the truth, Udogie put up a good show. I believe Udogie put up a good show. But one thing I'm happy about is that we showed that fighting mentality to try to claw back those goals. But what I'm not happy about it is we didn't have that mentality, not only to claw back those goals and to go out and win it. Because we had Brighton packed back from the start of the second half, right? Go in. It's like, we switch off back again. So I think Frank needs to have that kind of mental coaching into the boys, right? It's not about the draw. If you want to win things, right, it's all about the win. Yeah. Even if you lose, right, it doesn't matter. But if you win the next 3 games, right, it covers your loss. But it's pointless to draw 4 games in a row. You get what I'm saying? You don't get the points, right? You lose out on the 2 points. So I guess it's the beginning for Frank to coach this into them, right? And maybe Frank needs to have that mentality in him too. Right? We do not know, right? Because he's still new. He's not at that level. He's not at the Mourinho, the Conte, the Ancelotti kind of mentality that they have, right? It's a win or bust kind of thing, right? It's like Slot. When he goes there, you don't stop until the whistle blows for the end of the game, right? You go all out, right? You have to win that game, right? So that's one thing I liked in that, but I'm happy with that mentality of coming back. But I do have to put some onto Frank is because, weirdly enough, he could have started with a strong team, but we are still a team of 2 halves. We could have started strong, but ended weak. But at least now we started weak, right? But we ended strong. So now we had to find a way to balance that out and to actually get the overall result for everyone, right? And guys, it's so obvious we really need a quality left winger, right? Odobe ain't doing the job, right? Because the first goal was basically him losing the ball and the ball over the top. And where the hell was Van der Ven, right? Van der Ven was somewhere trying to be a striker or something, right? Playing a false 9. he didn't have time to chase back to Minte, right? Minte outran. Who did Minte outrun? Minte out, right? And she balls back again, right? So Minte, outran our 2 of our goal. I think was it Bentancur and Romero, right? So
sorry, can you repeat that? What did you say?
Oh, yes.
No, I have to say I'm very disappointed with Thomas Frank in regards to
No,
just
I
making
was.
one substitution at a time. I always think that if you bring on 2 or 3 players, that can affect the game a lot more rather than just one. And I don't. He
did. He did 2. No, but he did 2 subs, right? Jens, he did do 2 subs. I think the first sub he did was what was it? Was it Xavi?
Yeah. And that was just one, and right. I would have put more players on.
Xavi and oh, it was one. Oh yeah, first one. Oh yeah.
Because he put on
Xavi basically to affect the game. But to tell you true, right? Yesterday was the best performance that we had, right?
Spence in 89. I think it would have been better to put on Messi's with defenders more. Well, Dogi was having a decent game, but I think he was kind of figured out.
And guys, it's
losing you.
Yeah. No, but guys, did you notice, right? When Brenda came on, right, we stopped playing on the left. Yeah.
Everything
like I said, when Brenda came on, right, we stopped playing on the left. You know, that's the weird part, right? So we are really weak. Yeah, guys. But all right, guys, I'm gonna make a move, right? Carry on the show, which went yesterday. Yeah, I need to iron out this the Mark Store kind of the sound thing. Yeah, all right, take care.
Yeah, take care, Eugene.
Thank you. All the best.
All right.
Yeah, nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Breaking up a bit.
Yes, well, that was the thing. His mouth was moving and there was no sound coming out. But
and then some sound came back afterwards on an echo. Yeah.
Barbaric Disdain. Good morning, gents. I hope you're all well. We're very good, thank you.
Thanks.
Dogi needs to learn to release the ball quicker in the final third. Yeah, I think that is it's a very good point. Today, because that's still the thing from the Villarreal game. So, do we want to talk about the Villarreal game, Jeff?
Not particularly. It's got done and dusted, isn't it? We've done the job.
Yeah.
Could have done better. Could have scored more.
Yeah. Well,
you'd always take the win. You know. Yes. That's the.
Yeah. As I said, I didn't actually watch it live, but I did watch a replay of it, and I mean, our goal, that was terrible goalkeeping. That looked something Bobby Mims-esque.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
It was. Yeah, that was seriously poor. But we did have a decent chance from Xavi beforehand. And Richie maybe should have scored. I thought that Pepe guy who Arsenal spent, what was it, 80 million or 70 million on,
Nicholas Pepe.
He actually looked quite lively.
Yeah.
I never saw him do anything for Arsenal.
No, but he could have had a few chances there.
Yeah?
Mm.
Yeah. But yesterday, going back to that is I think that's one of the worst games I've seen Benival play. He was not on it at all. Do you think he's? I don't know. Is he tired?
Could be. He's all full of youthful enthusiasm, you know. Yeah. But he gave that ball away pretty soft, didn't he? That one when it was a muck up down the line, and he ended up with the ball. He just hoofed it straight to their player. You know. I mean, I didn't expect the outcome. I really didn't think it was going to goal come from that. But that's down to Vic, as we were saying earlier, because. I think it was, what's his name, Shanks, that asked the question. He said, I haven't seen a match. And he said, don't tell me what happened. I said, in my mind, he was flat-footed. He just got his ball watching or whatever. He was in the wrong position, you know.
Yeah.
Too bad, that's sad. We always make a aims of it, you know. We always muck things up for ourselves, you know. It's not the attacking brilliance of other teams. It's usually us. At some point in time there, it was it was so retrospectively tangible because there were missed passes. It was the usual. Is Vic going to get rid of the ball? It was back to that sort of mentality again, you know? Yeah.
Here we are,
yeah. Yeah.
So Barbaric Disdain said, Ricky Villa bullied me in the pure Common You Spurs TV chat to come over to this stream. So glad he did. Love rational football discussions. Yeah, it won't
Is
be
he a
rational
plant?
in a minute, mate.
Is this fella a plant? You brought him in. No. Well, it's the only fella watching. We can't get rid of him. You can stay.
That's not true. It does say there's 5 people watching. So
all right.
If you are watching, guys, then please like and thank you very much for the subscribe, Barbaric Disdain. Because we do. To be honest, we don't really do it for the clicks and the likes. We do it because I'm in the Netherlands, Kev's in Ireland, surrounded by Man United fans. I'm surrounded by Ajax fans, so I actually like to talk about Tottenham.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
So yeah. Okay, the week at Spurs. Middling outcomes for the younger teams yesterday.
Yeah.
Under 21s smashed Leicester 6-3. Luca Williams-Barnett with 3. I'm not sure I can pronounce this right, and I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Keita Matan 2, and Leo Black with 1. Russell Denny with another assist, so that's like 6 in the last month and 1 week. There's been a few people talking about. Nice to see you, Nige. If you want to pop on, mate, shall I put the link on? You're more than welcome. But there's been a few people talking about maybe getting Luca Williams-Barnett in the team for, is it Tuesday or Wednesday against Doncaster? He's 16 years old. I'm not sure that's is that a good idea? I mean, when did Rooney start? 17. Yeah, and Michael Owen 17.
Throw him on the bench.
So
get it going.
Yeah.
That one.
Well, it's like a Jahi last year, in the Europa League. He came off, took his chance, and now he's playing for Doncaster. Can't even stop. Which is, I think, is a real shame. But these boys, they certainly can't defend. I'm watching from a coffee shop currently, mate. Otherwise, I would have. Yeah, no worries. I know you need your coffee, Nige. I could hear that this morning. Take care, mate. It's always a pleasure.
That's fine.
But yeah, the defence doesn't seem to be that great, and the goalkeeper Archer, I don't think he's that wonderful. But that forward line, they never seem to stop scoring. And it would be absolutely magic if we could get even one of them to come through and play for us. Because you know how it goes in youth football, and apparently we've got the best training.
I've heard that
in the world.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the under-18s got smacked by the Saints 4-2. We went 1-0 down, then it was 1-1, then it was 2-1, then it was 2-2. Then Bangora got sent off. And then we conceded 2 in the last 5 minutes. But Elliot Paris and Muslika with the goals. That's now Muslika's 5th goal in, I think, 4 games.
All right.
I don't think he plays up front. So that's, again, we're scoring a shitload of goals. Barbaric Disdain, loving the shirt, Ricky. Reminds me of the Klinsmann era as well as the Holston kit. Yeah, I've got a Holston kit upstairs, the old dark blue one. But I was watching as I was saying to Kev earlier, I was watching a Klinsmann video, how him and Sugar sorted out the deal earlier. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to pick this one up. And unfortunately, it's got a massive cigarette burn from the first night that me and my mates were in Malia. I drank far too much and fell asleep, and a cigarette burn. And then it was kind of funny because I think it was about 6 o'clock in the morning. The cleaner came round with the Hoover and hit my feet. It was like, you need to go. I was like, where are my friends? And they left me.
Been here, done that, yeah.
Yeah. George Abbott, who hasn't really been starting for Wickham, the chair boys, recently. But he came off the bench, I think it was in the 60-odd minute, and scored for Wickham, and they won 2-0. So that was a bit of a bonus. Alfie Devine scored in the 29th minute, secure a win for Preston North End. They actually only won that 1-0. And as far as I know, there's no financial deals completed this week. They've definitely taken their foot off the pedal, Kev. What do you think?
Yeah, rather strange. Yeah. No, there was the one, surely. Oh, I might be in the wrong week. Yeah, I thought I teamed up with someone again. I don't know.
I think wasn't that Stanley last week?
I don't know. It never stops, does it? Well, it might have been. I'll have to look that up again. I swear there was one. Oh, can't remember.
Oh, yeah, wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the 90 million TV deal. Do you think we will actually see any of that?
No.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. Do you watch any of the under 21s or the under 18s? Do you have Spurs play? Or?
I'm going to watch them this afternoon, actually, now, because I'm interested.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I do see them. I see the clips coming on, but I don't actually. Yeah. I haven't got Spurs play, so I don't. No. I won't pay for it.
I had it. I think it was last season or the season before, because it was. I got a discount with my daughter's membership, but I've now cancelled that because she said she didn't really want it. And every time I wanted to go on and watch something, it was like, oh no, they're away from home, so they're not on. Oh no, the sky is blue with a few bits of rain. No, sorry, we're not showing it today. It was just typical Tottenham. When they go with in regards to their content, it's always crap, isn't it?
Bring along a couple of breeze blocks to stand on to give it the height, and stay filming from there with I
don't need that, Kev.
You don't need that. All right, we'll get you the job. Now you're looking. Yeah.
Bob Barrett-Disdain says, fingers crossed, Ange takes Johnson back to Forest. Oh, that's an interesting point.
God.
What would your thoughts be on that?
The last couple of games, he's just been a waste of space. I'm sorry. I know he's got his fans and he scored that goal that won us the thing, allegedly. But
I still think that was an own goal.
Yeah, exactly. But it's waste. You put him out there, he does nothing. He might as well just run up and down all day without the ball, because he doesn't. When he gets the ball, he doesn't do anything. He moves it to space and the ball don't get to him, or he goes to the ball and he fucks it. So he's got to play either in the middle on the right or the right. He's on the left. He's a fish out of water. It really is. Yeah. And it's probably doing his head in as much as it is everybody else's.
So where did you? I've never watched him that much at West Ham, but did Kudos always play on the right, or was he a left-sided?
He played through the middle quite a lot, because he always cuts in, didn't he? So he cuts in because they're the long ball team, aren't they?
Yeah.
And Bowen running down the other side, he would split the defence, and all of a sudden Kudos pops up in the middle from the halfway line and runs through and has shots. That's the way it used to be.
Yeah. So we haven't really. I mean, we were crying out for a left winger in the last transfer window, and it shows that I don't know what was wrong with Xavi yesterday, but Xavi has played a lot on the left for Leipzig and also for the national team.
Yeah.
But he picks Odegaard over him. Yeah. Now, I know I still have big hopes for Odegaard. He's still a youngster. I think that he could come good. I'm not saying that he will, but I think he could. I'm not writing him off like I think a lot of people are, but I don't think he's quite ready.
There's a lot of people raving about his play yesterday, but I didn't get it. Then again, it's the final ball again. He sort of lets him down.
Yeah, I didn't think he played well yesterday. I thought he was well, as Eugene said, he lost the ball for the first goal.
Yeah.
And I don't think his passing was.
Yeah, it's
particularly good.
Beating players and that kind of stuff's great, but it's the final product. You know, the final that's what lets him down.
Yeah. That's true. Hello, Mr. K. How are you? How is sunny place though? I believe this morning. Johnny, how are you, sir? Bang on the money from Kev. Johnson was a waste of space and liability again.
Hi,
either lost it, being weak, or passed to an opposition player. Yeah, that's true. Mr. K, Xavi is actually a number 10, but because there's a big hole on the left in many teams, he's being pushed there. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure that do the Dutch lack a number 10? They probably do, actually. None of the boys who came through in that great Ajax team back in the days when we beat them in the semi-final have reached their potential because I think they all left too early. But yeah, that's probably a good point. Right. So I thought I'd do a new bit on the show, which is our next opponents, just to show a little bit of history about them and a little bit of information. After watching what's his name, Sean Butler and Savo the other day, who were complaining about Spurs YouTubers not putting in the work, I actually did some work yesterday. Doncaster Rovers, nickname is the Rovers.
Everyone I know just calls them Donny. That's what.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I went to university in Nottingham, so there were quite a few people from Donny there. They're not real Yorkshire, are they? No. They're actually quite friendly.
They're a bit mixed up with they're not. Yeah, they're half Yorkshire and half sort of Lincolnshire. I think a bit of both. Like, you know, they're on the borders up there somewhere. I've got a cousin of mine was married to a guy, and their kids they lived this side of Donny, but they're nice people. Yeah, we're Donny supporters, but the son, he's a Spurs supporter as well. He's a doctor. The guy, he's rhinoplasty. So he's a bit too late for him to do anything for me, but sort of second cousin of mine. But he's up in London somewhere now, as I know.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Well, yeah. Obviously, they're intelligent people then. If he's
well, the mum was a nurse. That's my cousin. She was slightly a bit older than me, but she died of cancer about 20 years ago. But the husband was Egyptian, and he was one of the top 10 psychiatrists in England at the time when I knew him. Yeah, he died just recently, but I was scared talking to the man because you knew he was analysing everything you said. Like, you know what I mean? He actually done Yorkshire Ripper. He was one of the ones that interviewed him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I hate you talking to him because you knew he was like, whatever you said, you were like guilty. Like, you couldn't spoof him at all. Like, you know, whatever you said, you had to be totally honest because I wouldn't such you out. Yeah, like, that's Donny for you. Yeah.
Every time you tell a lie, you'd be like, ding.
Appleby's the place where near where they were living. They had a massive house. It was like a mansion with a garden that was like a football pitch. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
I went up there once. 2001, I went up there. Yeah.
Couldn't have a garden that was a football pitch though, because I'm never going to deal with that, and then I have to pay someone else. But I suppose if you
have to pay someone else, it'd be like that. Yeah. or pay the kids. Yeah.
So Mr. K said, would you agree that our two best offensive players are Decky and Mads? If so, we are playing with a substandard team and should give them a break every now and then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is specifically midfielders, or
I'm not so sure about that because I think Kudos,
he's
one of our best offensive players. Quite frankly, when Solanke's on his game, he's decent as well. But I do agree that Kulusevski and Maddison, we do miss them. I think the problem with those two, or maybe not Kulusevski so much because he runs his guts out, but Maddison, I don't think he turns up enough.
Yeah, 50-50.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be what we all saw at Leicester or Norwich or Maybe he was, because I wasn't watching every game then.
Yeah.
Some days he'd have a great game, and then you probably hear about it, and it's the same at Spurs. So yeah, I don't know.
They had the Sonny outlet on the left-hand side, although they got the latter years of Sonny with us. You know, they always had an outlet over there. If they could work it out to Sonny, he worked his magic coming in. You know, so
yeah,
that was the difference. We've got nothing there special at the moment.
No, that is very true. So we'll go back to Doncaster. Donny, sorry. Yeah. I don't actually see what the result was yesterday. Who played? Let's have a look.
No idea.
They lost to Wimbledon, the proper Wimbledon.
Proper Wimbledon.
2-1 yesterday.
Yeah. Can we do it? Yes, we can.
I would have thought so. So. But I don't think they're fifth anymore. They were fifth. No, they're down to seventh now.
Yeah.
But their main tactic, as you can see, is 4-2-3-1. Grant McCann, who is their manager.
Right.
I was looking on the internet yesterday, and apparently he's this tactical genius, etc., etc. So I think they could be a little bit dangerous. Sorry, let's go back to Mr. K. Both Decky and Mads have not played their best since coming back from their first long-term injury. Seems a pattern at Spurs. That's very true. Mads is not consistent. Kulusevski is always good first half of the season, then drops off a cliff. I think that's due to being overplayed. I think it's also the way that he does play, because he's 100% or 100 miles an hour every time.
Could it be a hangover from the reign of Ange and previous, where our medical team isn't up to scratch and they're pushing him back too far, or they're not getting him ready far enough, you know?
Yeah. That wouldn't surprise me.
You know, maybe they're treading a bit more carefully now with Kudu and things, not blasting them in straight away. As soon as they're off their crutches, they want to play again, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's that's modern football, isn't it? And it's unfortunately it's 100 miles an hour every time you play. What can you say? Mr. K, I used to say we'll win 4-1, but with our new trophy-winning team, I say we'll win 4-0.
Well, Kinski's playing in, so we'll be all right. Yeah. You know what Vic's like.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him have a run, actually.
Sorry?
I'd like to see Kinski have a run on Wednesday night.
I don't.
One, to take the pressure off Vicario, and two, to give Kinski a bit of interest, because he's sitting on catching splinters every week on the bench, you know, so it's only fair, I reckon.
Yeah.
There's going to be a time when they need him, so
absolutely. Yeah.
Keep him keen.
I'm not sure that. Yeah, I suppose Vicario has a decent shot stopper. As I was saying earlier, I don't particularly like the way that he talks to people. I think he also needs to take a little bit of blame himself.
Yeah.
But then again, I used to hate when Ian Walker let in a sitter and just smile. You know, he wouldn't say anything to anyone. He'd just smile.
Yeah.
So, what can you say? But I do think Kinski's going to be a great goalkeeper, because what is he, 23?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. I think, first game he had for us was absolutely brilliant. And then afterwards, it kind of fell off a little bit. He made a few mistakes, but I also think it's not easy coming into a club where you play like Angela.
Yeah.
Because you've basically got no defence. And you have to be on the ball, or you have to be on the money 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Whereas I think with a team that plays with, maybe we haven't seen that yet, but Thomas Frank tactics, the defenders don't have to do as much up the field.
Yeah.
So they can actually protect the goalkeeper. Although yesterday it did look a bit like it was going back to it's who we are, mate.
So that might have been a bit worried. But so Mr. K says, of our team, if our team can pretend they're playing City, we win every game.
Yeah.
That's very true. He was another Google search player. He certainly was. Yeah. But then again, so was Vicario. I'd never heard of him when we signed him. So, yeah. But yeah, go back to Donny. Their danger man, or danger men, as I've looked at, is Owen Bailey, who started out at Newcastle, and unfortunately was injured for an awful lot of his time at Newcastle. They were saying that he was going to break into the first team. Then he went to Gateshead and now moved on to Donny. He's a central midfielder.
So he's no mug. But,
who drops? Yeah, no, exactly. He's 26, I think. Yeah. He drops. He tends to drop deeper, but he won League One Player of the Month last month, because he drops deeper, but he also turns up in the box at the last minute, and he scored 2 goals for a deep line playmaker. That's
very good.
That ain't bad. Yeah. And then there's Luke Molyneux, who is a right winger. He's had 8 games, 2 assists and 2 goals. Looks pretty lively. I would hope that we're not going to play Ben Davies against him, because I think he's pretty quick, pretty nippy. Right. But so yeah. Guy says, "Oi, oi, oi! How are you, son? Nice to see you." Mr. K says, Donnarumma was available all summer and we didn't even approach that player. Yeah, do you think we pay his wages, though? Do you think he's on massive wages?
I imagine so,
yeah. Even in Italy, they do pay a lot of money. So, yeah. But the Spurs links are, I don't know if you remember him.
No.
Kev Lotutala.
No, I don't actually, to be honest with you.
A highly rated goalkeeper. I think we got rid of him 4 years ago.
Yeah.
When we got rid of a load of youth team goalkeepers, I think that was the time when we. Who was the other guy who was highly rated?
Oh no,
I think he was Polish or something. I can't remember what his name is. But we got rid of both of them at the same time. In fact, that was when I actually first started streaming. I did a video about us letting those two go and thinking that we probably made a mistake. But yeah, he's playing in League One now. Apparently doing pretty well. Yeah. But maybe not quite up to the standard. Yeah. And then obviously a Jay.
We're not cup tied, but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Scored for us in the Europa League last year on our way to victory. Yeah. And unfortunately hasn't really been getting an awful lot of playing time from what I've seen. Which I think that is a real shame. It's also the same with the boys from Stoke. I'm just going to digress a little bit here. But Phillips and Donnelly again was an unused sub yesterday. Phillips came on for the last 10 minutes. Why are we sending our players to a team that is probably going to be relegation fodder? Because you know that they're always going to play the more experienced players. Yeah. And the only time that these players are actually going to get in is through injuries.
Yeah.
Why did we not send Donnelly back to Orient?
Yeah, they'd have loved him.
Exactly.
Sorry, I was just interjecting there. Viskovic scored his goal for Hamburg yesterday.
Oh, did he? Oh, nice one.
Yeah. Yeah.
How come I didn't get that update? I actually follow Hamburg because they're kind of one of
it might have been Friday night, but I know he scored a goal. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen the goal itself. I only saw a shot of him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big celebrations.
Yeah. This is a good point from Mr. K again. 20 million odd transfer fee could have offset his wages. That's
very true.
Very true. Very true. Yeah.
So, Donny, what they're going to bring to the party?
So we've met them. I think it's 4 times before.
Really?
One earlier in the 90s, and then a couple back in the 40s and I think 20s and 40s. Yeah, I already said that, John. But the last time we met them was a League Cup, 1-5-1. Even Jamie O'Hara scored, so yeah, they couldn't have been that good back in those days. John saying George Abbott scored a worldie for Wickham. I didn't realise it was a worldie. I knew that he scored, but that's always
good.
a bonus, isn't it?
I'll have a flip through all the clips I can find later on this afternoon.
Yeah. It's kind of difficult to find them all, though, isn't it? Because there's so many players out on loan.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's exciting to see when again Abbott is on the bench a lot of the time. We do really need. Well, I suppose it's also down to the player, though, isn't it? But we do really need to send them to a club that is going to play them, that is going to put them in the first team. But it's a problem, isn't it? Because if you send them to a club that they like, you send them to Wrexham, where they spend a shitload of money, but they just want to back up. Yeah. Then you send them to Stoke, who is going to be relegation fodder, and they're not going to want to play youth players because they need the experience to actually get out of that. So it's
you got someone like Donnelly playing with the O's last year. He's living wherever he lives in and around London.
Yes,
and he's with his mates in the weekends after football, and he's got a social life with his girlfriends and whatever. He's not too far from home. He knows where he is and what he can do.
Yeah,
he's very hoping to get called up like the rest of them.
Yeah, well, that's true. And John has mentioned that before. Big up Shelfside Spurs, Johnny. That why did we loan him out? Because he was one of the best players on the
breakthrough, isn't he?
Well, no, that was the season before, wasn't it? He was one of the best players in the pre-season tours. Excuse me, and the pre-season matches, and yet we go and loan him out. And if he's staying at his parent club, I don't think he will expect to be playing every week as a 18, 19-year-old. But still, he will get chances. And you would have thought that against Doncaster, maybe some of the players need a bit of a rest. Yeah. You can say that they need a rest after not really having played that many games, but you can see that maybe Spence needed a rest because he gives 120% every single game. And Udogie came in and he played well. But Bergvall, I'm not sure if he needed a rest. Sarr, I can't believe he even got on. He never got on yesterday. No. He's been one of our best players this season.
Yeah.
It's So what do we think?
Not just to play up against Doncaster, do you? You know, I mean, that's not a viable. Particularly we're playing in the Champions League in the following week, and you're thinking, who do I want to save and what do I want to do? But
is that at home or away? Because that's Bodo, isn't it?
I can't remember. Is it away?
Yeah, I think it might be.
It is away. Yeah, because I know it was on a blog. There was a few lads out there. They're out there, but they're coming home before that match actually starts. But the weather hasn't turned over there yet. I think it'll be a different ball game over there now.
Yeah.
The snow ain't down here and nothing like that. Yeah.
So Mr. K says, I forgot to say well done everyone for all the years of pressure against Leverley. Finally, that bald bastard is gone. Absolutely.
He seems to be well gone, doesn't he?
But there's nothing wrong with bald bastards. Me and Kev.
Yeah. I can feel hair.
You've got a bit of hair. So have I.
I can feel hair. I see someone on telly, somebody says, "Oh, my hair like that," because she's a hairdresser, ex-hairdresser. No. I said, "Look at that bloke there. He's got a bald patch. He's got a ponytail. Can I have one?" If you do, I'm leaving you. Oh, okay.
Go on, Rodney Trotter.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
what else we got?
That's about all of the content that I've got. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
No, that's about it, really.
Yeah. No, that is true, Mr.
The only thing I will say is that 7:45 kick-off on thingy, not 8 o'clock on the Donny game.
All right, okay.
Yeah, just in case people turn up at 8 o'clock in their houses or whatever. I believe they're selling tickets for 30 quid for the match.
Seriously.
The club.
I heard that's why we were half empty on Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever it was.
I'll tell you, because I've been to the new stadium. If it weren't for the fact that the big travelling costs, I'd get a ticket for that one and go, because 30 quid for me and the missus, if she wants to go there as well. Like, it's cheaper than paying to go and do the skydiving. So, yeah, which I wouldn't be doing. But yeah, it's sort of ones you can pick and say, right, I haven't been down here for a long time, I'll go. Because imagine my son taking his son down there, you know, to see that. Yeah. Because it's kind of thing ain't going to hurt too much, the budget, like, you know. Yeah.
No, I do. I definitely do miss going. But I don't miss going to this stadium. I miss going to the old stadium.
Yeah.
Because, it wasn't the greatest. And if you're in the south stand, you had to queue for a piss for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Half time. Service was fucking atrocious. The seats weren't that comfortable. But still, it was a shithole. But it was all shithole. Yeah. And I imagine it was even worse when you were going regularly in the 70s and the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Because people would just piss on the terraces, wouldn't they?
Yeah. No, they would.
Yeah.
If they weren't fighting.
Yeah.
It was in Paxton Road, a battle every week.
Yeah.
Because we had our plot on the left-hand side of Paxton looking to the goal. That was where we all stood. There was hundreds of our lot, like regulars, like, and then teams like Man United, their supporters would come in from the right-hand side, from the sort of the main stand side, and they come in and then it kick off every week, guaranteed. And one year, all the Man United supporters came in and they ran straight out again. So I don't know where to put them after that. But,
oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, about 73, 74 it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they always used to come down and completely invade the town, didn't they? That's why they say that's the reason that the ICF, the ice cream firm, got together, because Man United came down and ran them ragged. And obviously, being a Cockney.
Man, they had Cockney Reds as well. The guy that nutted me at Piccadilly Station in Manchester was a Cockney Red.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They used to put the Man United supporters and the Spurs supporters on the same train.
Okay.
But segregated. They'd have like 3 coaches. We'd have 3 coaches. And it was a football special, Of course, they see us getting on to Euston, and when we got off at Piccadilly in Manchester, they knew who we were and where we were coming from. So I got off the train at Piccadilly, and the geezer nutted me. He was about 6 foot tall, and I was like 5 foot bloody nothing. I was like 16 years old. Fortunately, it was because I was so much lower than him. He didn't get a proper one on me, like, so it didn't affect me. Like, but there was nothing. He was like a mixed race lad, and he had a Man United scarf on, which he wasn't wearing down at Euston. I remember seeing him. He put it on when he got to Piccadilly. He was all suddenly they're Cockney Reds all of a sudden, and that's what they were. It was a good place, but it was a bad place, because we came out the station at Piccadilly, and a couple of Man United supporters said, "Look, lads," he said, "just take it easy, come with us. We'll get you on the bus to the ground and all this and all that." Because all these Londoners were getting off the train and they're getting kickings. Like, the one bloke got off the train. He's kind of a Greek-looking lad, and he had a sheepskin coat on. He had like Cuban heel shoes on that were worth a fortune. And he got about 50 paces from the station before he lost the sheepskin coat and he's lost his shoes. Yeah, they turned him over. And that's when these these United fans, they said, "Come with us, get on the bus and just stay quiet." And after the game, they was waiting outside for us and said, "Come back on the bus with us and just stay quiet at the back of the bus," right? So you had a real nice geezer.
Oh, that was nice.
Same age as us.
Funnily enough, we had a similar experience when we went when I went to my only time to Old Trafford. We got off the train and it wasn't a football special, so we basically blended in. We weren't particularly we were just dressed normally, etc. No colours. We went into the pub and we met these three geezers from Runcorn,
All right,
I think it was, and they speak like Scousers.
Yeah. No.
And they were like, yeah, you know, we have a bit of, I've got a Man United season ticket. I've been Man United all my life, but I'm not particularly popular because when I open my mouth, I sound like a Scouser.
Yeah.
But we had a few beers with them. They got the rounds in. It was absolutely brilliant. Yeah. And we got in a taxi and went to Old Trafford with them. And they actually paid for the taxi. It was like, good luck, lads. Yeah. We'll see you afterwards. Yeah. And my mate had his one of their numbers. And then after we beat them 3-2, they were like, maybe we won't see you afterwards. But good luck, lads. If we're ever down in Tottenham, we'll give you a buzz. And it was really nice. They weren't aggro. They were because I don't think it's so much Man United, but Man City, they absolutely despise us. But we went out in Manchester that night, and my mate was friends with a couple of girls from Manchester, so we were sat in a pub, and I think one of the guys there knew her, and it's like, oh, who are those two lads you sat with? And she was like, oh, they're Tottenham fans. And he was like, I fucking hate Tottenham, but today I fucking love them. So that was. I wouldn't say that's true, mate. Yeah, I'm sure you blended in loads of other places, but yeah. Okay, we're coming up to the hour.
Yeah.
So, do you want to cut it off now?
I could do it. I think my missus wants the kitchen back.
Okay, all good. So thank you everyone for watching, especially Mr. K. It's always a pleasure to see you. Barbaric Disdain, nice that you come in. And Nige, very much appreciated that you're supporting this channel. Everybody else who was watching, please like, subscribe. I know we go on about this, but we are trying to build this channel, especially for Eugene, because he's now become monetized. And we want to support the guy. So like, subscribe. If you want to do, I'm not sure if you can do a super chat or whatever on Eugene's channel, but please do. It's always a pleasure talking to you, Kev.
Yeah.
Bit of a shame about the result, but we're still fourth as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know. We're still second. I don't know.
We're second.
I haven't looked at it, so I thought we were second the last time I laughed. Yeah, we're still second.
Oh, really? Bloody.
Yeah, we could do with Arsenal losing today to City and Bournemouth losing as well, wherever they're playing.
That would be very nice.
Second.
Second, bloody hell, I'm getting a nosebleed, mate.
We've got 10 points to Liverpool's 15, but we've got to play them twice, so we're bound to be on top of them at the end of the season. Got to look that way.
Love it, Kev. Nice one.
Yeah.
Mr. K says, come on, you Spurs.
Yeah.
Nice. Great shows, chat. Nice chill stream.
Yeah.
Everybody have a wonderful Sunday. And come on, you Spurs. And I can't even say it anymore, but I can actually. Levy is out.